Thanks, Rishi. Well, we have this facing this currently in my current organization where we have quite a very diverse age groups because we manage the metro rail and we have youngsters, those who run the train or the stations and all. They are youngsters out from the college and then we put them for training and all that. And then we have leaders or the managers, those who are experienced. They are all retired professionals, those who come from railways, and they have their own way of doing things. They have learned it all types. So it is sometimes becomes very difficult for us in terms of building that culture where you have to give inputs to someone who has got that much of experience to uh, unlearn what they have learned and relearn, because if you are not there in this stage where you are trying to not learn or cannot learn or unlearn, and it becomes very difficult for somebody to work in such organization, because it is not a government organization, it is again a private organization where learning is day-to-day affair for us, and there is a lot of learning lessons which keeps happening and people have to learn it. So we do a lot of methodologies in terms of seeing that there could be some synchronization which can happen. Well, people, those who come out from the campuses, they do have that ability to learn, and that is the process that we have built in the system, where unless and until you have completed your learning cycle and you are got this competency certificate, you are not being assigned for a particular job. So assigning that competency becomes a mandatory requirement for a person to grow in the ladder. But somebody who is already there in the organization, what we try and do is we give them sessions where we try and do this mentorship, for example, where there is they might not be looking forward for learning, but there could be something that we can do, not direct but indirect learning. And these days also uh, reverse engineering works. We tell them, like, you have so much of experience in your expertise in your own area, but then small things like doing a PowerPoint presentation or an Excel, there is nothing wrong learning from a youngster who is good in the skills. So we do this reverse engineering in terms of involving youngsters who can train a senior most person of the organization, and of course functional training can also happen. So that is where we are trying to build something in the organization. And more than this, I personally feel that learning has no limitations if somebody has the right attitude and appetite for learning. There are so much of avenues available these days where they can subscribe for themselves, and then they can do the self learning. That's reason, because whatever work that we are doing today, maybe 45% of that work will get obsolete down the line. And every time, unless and until you learn and relearn yourself, you would not be able to achieve or climb up in the ladder. And that's the need of the hour today. So whatever we have learned, it will go outdated, and that's where the your college syllabus, for that matter, and whatever we get to learn in the college, we hardly apply that at work. What we do at work is something totally different than what we have learned in our colleges. So and it is applicable even today also, what though there could be a lot of things happening, but that's truly applicable. So irrespective of whatever thing it is, I think building that culture of learning and continuously giving them platforms. So we do this bite-sized learning and all that way. We involve people on different webinars, small webinars like this we do, and we try and involve people internally from different departments and try and see that we share the knowledge and all that. And sometimes it has to be four-step approach for the organization, that yes, this is required, and so many modules of the training that you do. We do have our learning management system, and we give a target saying that for you to score a good score in your learning as part of your KPI, you need to at least complete 5 modules. Few are forced, and few we try to see that what is the self-learning method they are trying to do it. And this needs to be recognizing everything when you are there in an organization. If it is an organizational initiative, if you attach it with some rewards and recognitions for people, those who are showing that appetite for learning, it works out well. So that's how we do it here, and that's my thought on this.